Okay, so you're probably in a 50-50 situation. You're half torn between whether you should be trying to get over the person, and you're half torn between trying to get the person back. Now, in a very fortunate solution I have to your predicament is that the way you would get over someone and the way that you would get someone back is actually exactly the same thing. It's exactly the same answer as to how you would achieve both things. Obviously, what I'm about to say is not conventional, it's not mainstream, although it is quite prevalent amongst a lot of the dating coaches that I've taken my knowledge from and sourced it from. I really do empathize with the situation you're in. Sometimes you can put months, years, decades into people, right? And they either end up changing over that course of time into someone who very much doesn't resemble at all the person that you initially were attracted by and got into a relationship or marriage with, okay? Furthermore, you've probably also sacrificed a lot of your time. You've made that person now become a source of your validation, and it's extremely hard to undo years or even decades worth of conditioning like that. Who knows, you might have even sacrificed certain friends, family members for this specific person, okay? Now, the good news is I've got your back. I've helped hundreds of people through this situation. I'm not selling anything in this video, I'm just giving free advice here, okay? But if you do want me to get in, if this video helps but you have any more questions, or you actually want me to dive into your specific situation on a live call, I'll put a link down in the description of how you can book my services, okay? So what we need to do as soon as possible is something called the no contact rule. You do not reach out to this person for the foreseeable future. Now, you don't necessarily need to block them, okay? It's very much, a lot of other coaches would put a time frame on how long it is that you're not meant to be contacting this person for, and B, they ask you to block the person. Okay, now there's very good reasons as to why I'm not asking you to do both those things specifically. Let's tackle the first one. The reason I don't want you to kind of conform to a specific time frame is when there is a time frame in mind, although it makes day by day a bit easier because, you know, you're kind of working towards this day where you can eventually contact them back. The downside to it, as it's probably pretty evident, but it's the fact that you have this outcome in mind. You are going those 30 days of not contacting this person with an outcome in your mind of what you hope to achieve. You may think they're going to come running back to you. You may think they're going to be apologizing, and that may not necessarily be the case. So that's why I don't want a time frame to it, okay? And a time frame also gives a bit of false kind of legitimacy to however you may start building yourself back up, because maybe you're only building yourself back up because there is an end date in mind, okay? So I want you to be thinking of it as the foreseeable future, and this is me going through kind of the tough love way of dealing with this. Is me giving you tough love. I want you to do it the right way, okay? It may be a bit harder from what other people are talking about, but I know this is the right way. And the second thing is, I don't want you to block the person, okay? The reason why I don't want you to block the person is I don't know enough about your specific scenario to say, oh, block the person. For all I know, they're being a little bit toxic, you haven't communicated that correctly, and then here I am in a generalized global video telling you to block the person. I couldn't possibly know that. So as a general rule of thumb, you don't actually need to block the person, because when you're going no contact on them for the foreseeable future, they will get back in contact with you. They nearly will always get back in contact with you. Even if you have been extremely low value and you have bent over backwards for them in multiple different ways and let them take advantage of you, it is very, very common. I have seen through nearly all my coaching sessions, eventually they will come back. Now, when I say come back, I don't necessarily mean that they come back proposing to you or asking for a relationship. It's very rarely that case, actually. It's actually they come back in the sense it will always be something very casual just to check up on you, okay? But that is a seed that we can grow into a tree of them chasing you back and wanting you back, okay? And wanting to be back with you again, because there is no reason for them to do that other than the fact that they're curious, they miss you, or they want you back. Now, by you not communicating with this person or reaching out to this person for the foreseeable future and only waiting for them to contact you, it does something else. A lot of people who are going through heartbreak or trying to get someone back, They know they're being mistreated. They know it's a toxic environment, but they still run back to this person for validation. They still run back to this person for companionship because that person has become a source of their validation for a very long period of time. Now, what this does to the receiving party, right, the person who is manipulating you, the person who is treating you badly, they have no reason to change their behavior because you are behaving in the same way towards them as if they were treating you well anyway. You're still going to them, you're still sleeping with them, you're still texting them, you're still evidently very in love with them. So they have zero reason to stop treating you the way they are treating you. Okay? You need to change the way you behave towards them if you expect their behavior to change. The way people behave towards you, the way people perceive you is a direct link and in direct correlation with how you behave and how you treat them. Okay, so you need to change your behavior to them by not contacting them, and you will see a shift in their behavior. You're now more scarce, your time is less abundant. Okay, instantly raises your value in their eyes, brings speculation into their head as to what is this person up to. Let me go find out. Boom, the second they reach out to you, they're in your frame, they're chasing, and we can manipulate the situation to get you the outcome that you want. As I've said several times before, I teach people how to get the person that they're looking for by any means necessary. Your partner's not the one watching my channel, you're watching my channel. You're getting me views, you're helping my channel grow, and you're allowing me to talk about a topic that I fucking love to talk about, okay? So why am I not gonna help you out? I don't care what's politically correct, I'm here to help you out, okay? The second thing that you do by going no contact is the other person in their head, is gonna be thinking, wow, they've been chasing me, I've been mistreating them, and suddenly they're no longer contacting me. Why is this? What is going on? Have they lost feelings for me? Are they talking to someone else? Etc, etc, etc. Okay? And when they're in this mind frame, they are going to reach out to you because they have done it in the past and you've given them the answers they wanted, reassuring them that nothing's going wrong. So what I want you to do when they reach out to you in this no contact phase is we respond to it with statements, not questions. In the no contact phase, anything you hear from them, for example, hey, have you been okay? What's going on? I've been all right, thanks. Hope you're good. Boom, statement. You don't ask them any questions. You do not carry the conversation on. Again, we're doing this because they have treated you badly, okay? So what we essentially achieve by going no contact on someone is we give ourselves the best possible chance of getting over them because we're training our brain and we're training our brain's reward system to no longer rely on that person for our validation, for our feeling of happiness, for our feeling of companionship, right? Which is a trained process. You do not wake up and no longer need someone you're in love with. It takes time. You're not going to get over that habit of taking Class A drugs by continuing to take it, right? It's exactly the same as if you're relying on someone who is a negative source of mental health for you. So it's giving yourself the best possible chance to get over them, and we all know how attraction works, okay? Unless this is the first video you've watched on my channel, we know people are more attracted to scarcity. We know people are more attracted to people whose time is not abundantly available, people who have other priorities, other focuses in their life, aside from the person that they're dating. And therefore, that's why I'm telling you, for a fact, the best way to get someone back when they're treating you badly, they've broken up with you, or they have cheated on you, is to go no contact on them. Trust me. Maybe there is the odd case or two out of every 100 I see where it's actually that specific person's fault for miscommunicating something or not communicating enough, in which case no contact might not be the best thing to do, okay? But if you are lying there in your bed or sitting there watching this video and you know that you have done everything you can to make this work and you are still being taken for a ride, go no contact. Trust me.